Hello YouTubers, subscribers, and friends. Welcome to my channel. My cat has been feisty with me this morning. Psst, psst. She's been running over here and smacking me and then running away. Like she wants to play. Hey! Now I turn the camera on, she don't want to play. Psst, psst. Cleo! Kitty, 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 kitty! Come on, let's play. She's feisty this morning, man. She'll like kind of like bite my ankle a little bit and then take off running, or she'll come running up here arching her back and then, like, you know, with her hair standing up, and then just smack me and then take off running. So now she doesn't want to play. Come on. Got the camera on now. She's like camera shy. So I ended up buying one of these cell phone holder thingies here. Yeah, pretty cool. Waiting for the time to come for me to take my kids to the bus stop. That lottery ticket my wife bought yesterday was a $5 winner. So got our money back, and I think I'm going to go get a little bit of hiking in this morning before I have to go work. Alrighty, I'm going to head over here to the Saguaro National Monument Visit Center. I don't know, it's about 4 or 5 miles down the road here, but I want to answer some questions really quick that people keep asking me. I got some people direct messaging me on Instagram also saying that I'm stringing along this John the Landscaper story, and I'm not. I haven't said anything else about John the Landscaper because I know nothing about John the Landscaper. Mrs. Kravitz's son, who we're calling Lenny, he doesn't sleep in the house, so I never know when he's going to be over there. The other day when I was working on the yard, he was working outside in the yard, and he kept coming over and asking me stuff and telling me stuff and wanting to borrow more tools, but I would put my foot down on letting him borrow tools because he's already says he's misplaced the tools that I've let him borrow. That's why he hasn't returned them. So, you know, I pay a lot of money for my tools. I'm not going to let him borrow tools anymore. He's turning out to be a real flaky kid. He's only 25 years old, Lenny, Mrs. Kravitz's son. So a lot of the things he says he doesn't do. So I don't know what to think about this kid because I don't know Mrs. Kravitz's son. The only thing I know about him is this very, very short time that I've spoken with him since he's been here. Like I said, he's told me he can't sleep in the house for whatever reason. I don't know. He hasn't told me. He just says, I can't sleep till I'm staying in a hotel. Or he says the Ritz, the Carlton Ritz or whatever. I don't even know where that's at. But same thing with John the Landscaper. John the Landscaper's only a 22-year-old kid. You know, they're young. They think they know everything, but they don't. And he's turned out to be a real dishonest kid. Everything he said is a lie. The last time I talked to John the Landscaper, when he came over to my house at nighttime, about 9 o'clock at night, knocking on my door, to tell me about, oh, he went and visited the morgue. He talked to the morgue guy, I don't know what they're called, and that's where he gave me the story about Mrs. Kravitz, and that turned out to be nothing but a crock of crap lies, because Lenny, Miss Kravitz's son, went to the morgue and talked to the coroner. That's how you call him, the coroner, and he got all the information. Nobody's came and talked to the coroner. Nobody's allowed unless you're direct family to talk to the coroner or view the body. So John the Landscaper is a liar. So I told him that I don't want him coming around my house, especially at 9 o'clock at night, knocking on my door to tell me some crap story. So, you know, the younger generation nowadays, you can't believe half of the things they say to you anyways. And these two young guys, I don't know anything about them. The stories that John the Landscaper has been telling Lenny, Mrs. Kravitz's son, are complete crap, full of crap too, because he comes and he asks me when he talks to me, is it true that John the Landscaper did this, or John the Landscaper was here? He said he would come every day, work in the yard. And I said, just look around. Everything's falling apart and broken and in disarray. You just look. that should answer your question right there. I've never seen this kid, John the landscaper, at Mrs. Kravitz's house until he built that barricade that she was getting fined $750 a day. That I know I saw. Lenny showed me the paperwork, and when I saw the investigator, the flood control investigator, when I came home that day, I wanted to go over there and talk with her myself, because she's the same woman that came into my house because Mrs. Kravitz reported me as building that barricade, and they came to talk to me, and I told them, no, that's not my property. Why would I build a barricade? That's not on my property. And then that's when this lady started to learn that Mrs. Kravitz is out of her mind. So I'm not stringing along John the landscaper stories, because pretty much I'm done with John the landscaper. He's not allowed to come to my house. I don't want nothing to do with him. He's proven to be a big liar and can't trust anything he says. And Lenny has also said that he doesn't want anything to do with him, and that he's talked to a lawyer and the lawyer's handling it. So that's all I know about what's going on with John the landscaper. So to you people out there, look at these rocks, wondering, that's it. And to the one person who says they're impatient and they want to know the story, it's not a story. These aren't stories. These are actual things going on in my life and around my life. So this is a nice little scenic area you can come to. I think there's a shooting range over here also. Fee area, fee at visitor centers. I think it's like for camping and stuff, the fees. Yeah, so I'm not I'm not dragging along these stories of John the landscaper just because I'm done with the kid, and he's not my landscaper. I do my own landscaping, and like I said, I don't want anything to do with this kid anymore, period. And no, I'm not saying that he murdered Mrs. Kravitz. People have been leaving comments saying he probably murdered her. No, Lenny, Mrs. Kravitz's son, said that the coroner said she died from natural causes. Whatever those causes were, I have no clue. I didn't discuss those with him. He didn't tell me. I'm not a nosy guy. I don't go up to Lenny and say, hey, so what's the scoop? What's the story, man? I need to know. I don't ask him any questions. If anything, he will say something to me, like ask me about, did my mom do this, or do you know why my mom did that? I don't know why his mom did anything that she did on her house or her property. And I have to tell him also, listen, Lenny, your mother and I, we didn't have a good relationship. I never wanted to talk to her because the way she treated me and my family, I ignored her. So whatever your mom was building in her house or what she was doing in her house, that was all hers, not mine, because I'm not a nosy neighbor. You know, unless somebody is doing something to me or saying stuff to me, it's the only reason I make a video and talk about it, because that's what's going on in my life. So I know nothing about what's going on with Lenny and Mrs. Kravitz's house, except that he did tell me. I didn't ask him. He told me if I knew anybody that could remove all that stuff, because he has to get rid of it, because they're going to waive the fines if he removes it. If he doesn't remove it, he's going to have to pay the fines. So that's all I know. And he told me that this Saturday, he will start working on it little by little. Whether he does that or not, I have no clue, because like I said, he's kind of a flaky kid. You know, he's only 25 years old. He's a kid, and on top of that, he's very strange too, man. I mean, I don't know him at all, but from what I do know of him, he is one strange individual. Very, very, very strange. One day he calls his boyfriend his boyfriend. One day he calls him his husband. And one day he says they're getting married. I don't even know what he flip-flops so much. I don't know how much the truth he's really telling me. All I know is I don't really like talking with him, because he just gives me like, I don't believe what you're telling me. I just don't. Unless he shows me like on documents and stuff like that, like he has about the fines and stuff. I don't, I take everything he says to me with a grain of salt. So I'm going to go over here to this visiting center. I'm going to see if I can find, because there's an abandoned gold mine over somewhere, that I want to see if this visitor center will have any information on that. So that's all the information I know about Lenny Mrs. Kravitz's son and John the Landscaper. I'm not stringing along this story. This is not a as the world turns soap opera thing going on in my life. Those things I don't focus on at all. I don't think about them at all. You know, I'm too busy doing my own stuff. And the only reason I even think about them is when people ask me questions and stuff like that. So let's go in here and see what kind of visitor center this is. I've only been here one other time. It's been like 2 or 3 years. I don't remember. This is the kind of wind I got to deal with every day. I get a lot of people complaining about wind in my videos, but I edit out so much of the wind and some of them and most of my videos that there's no way I can set up a filter thing on my mic because there's no way to attach it to my camera. So I'm sorry if the camera picks up the wind, but I do edit out a lot of it. Oh, let's go check this place out. Here's the fees for 15, 10, and 5. Look, it's $10 for motorcycle and passengers. Walk-in bicycles, $5. I don't know what areas that covers. Here's parks map. It's old Tucson studios. You see right here, Hohokam. That's where the petroglyphs are. Here's where the petroglyphs are here, and then way over here, right about right there is where the other petroglyphs are. And then you got old Tucson movie studios here and Gates Pass. And over here you have I don't know why they don't have it. Oh, here it is. Arizona Sonora Desert Museum. It's where you can go pay. It takes really the whole day to walk around. You can see every single thing that you find in the desert here in Cage. It's like a desert zoo. Pretty cool. What this is here. Just a regular map of Tucson. Cool hats in here. They got a gift store in here. There's a rattler right there. He looks pissed. This is what they call a sensor pen. You can touch this and we'll tell you a story about this. This is actually a petroglyph. There's a sun and it looks like a dog. You can touch it on different. This is a javelina skin. It's javelina skull. This looks like petrified wood. Let's see.
This chunk of wood is from the desert ironwood tree.
Ironwood.
As you can see, it is very dense and heavy. In fact, its density is greater than water, and it sinks rather than floats. Many heavy woods are referred to as ironwood throughout the world, but this species is found only in the Sonoran Desert. This tree blooms from late April to early June and becomes covered with lavender, pea-like blossoms. After blooming, it produces small pods which provided part of the diet of desert peoples throughout the region.
Alright, let's see what this is.
This is the model of a collared peccary skull. Here in the Southwest, this animal is more often referred to as javelina. This is from the Spanish word for javelin, a straight, sharp spear, and a reference to this animal's sharp canine teeth. Though pig-like in...
This is what we have in the desert here, but mostly they come out when the sun sets and it gets cooler, or at night. You don't want to be hiking out here at night, that's for sure. That's when all the creepy crawlies and the critters like this come out. This is called a Saguaro Sentinel. This is for the park here where I live. So, in case you want to go online and check it out, it's got maps and everything. And, there is no gold over there at Copper Mine. Let me go to the Desert Museum and show you what that place is like. I saw this pull out here and I was like, I want to see what's over here, because over here there's a huge canyon that I want to check out. Every time I come this way, I always see that canyon. And I'm like, you know, one of these days I'm going to stop and check out that canyon, just because how cool it looks. It looks like a mini Grand Canyon. I want to read what this sign says here, because I always see people parked over here also. It's called Kings Canyon Trailhead. This is the trail he was telling me in the visitor center where you take the hike out to the abandoned mine. Dogs are not allowed to stay on designated trails. That's impossible for me to do. No alcohol. It's illegal to remove or disturb any natural culture resources or no geocaching. It says carry cell phone. There's a lot of places out here you don't get a cell phone signal. But I don't want to go on this trail. I want to go down in that canyon. I wonder if this little trail here takes you down in that canyon. I don't have enough fingers or toes to count how many times I've come up to these tunnels. Hello? And seen wildlife sitting in these tunnels. So I have to check them really good. Because they're nice and cool. Oh, this is going down. You can't see if spider webs are in here until I'm right up on them. These rocks are what I want to see over here. There you go. Look at this spider web right here. I don't know if the camera's going to pick it up, but it's huge. Check this out. This is what I want to see. These rocks right here. Look at somebody graffiti. Let's get down there. Something moving over here in these bushes. Look, there's a camera right there. Somebody's taking pictures. I guess they're trying to see what kind of animals come out over there. I just had my picture taken. I guess they want to document what kind of wildlife come over here. This is the rocks that I wanted to see. Something definitely sleeps over here. You can tell something lays there. Camera traps. Let's figure out how to get down in here. I hear loud banging over there, like machinery going on. Lizards everywhere here. Look at these rocks. I don't want to go too far because I didn't bring my water or any kind of drink with me. I just wanted to come here, check out this canyon and these massive rocks. Because they look cool, because the main road is right there. When you drive by, you can get a quick glimpse of them. So you got these massive rocks over here that are huge and solid. And then you got these little crumbly little ones over here, just on the other side. Oh yeah, there's a big truck right there. I wonder where that's going to. I'm not too far from the Desert Museum, so maybe that's what's right over there, the entranceway to the Desert Museum Service Center or something. There's another track trap right here. Camera. I'm famous. Definitely they're documenting wildlife that comes through here, that's for sure. There's no way around them cameras. Somebody else has been here. There's rock stacks right there. Put one right there. And there's definitely tracks over here. Right in there. I don't know if that's the state park cameras that they got there, or that's some kind of hunter's cameras. Because there's no markings on them whatsoever, like who owns them or anything. It's a bee trap right there. So they probably patrol this area a lot. Here's the map of the museum. See the cougars, the mountain lions. It's a huge area. Here's the main entrance. And then you got the javelinas and mountain lions over in this area. Like black bear, we have black bear here in Arizona. It's very expensive to eat here. If you come here, plan to spend a whole day, make sure you eat a big breakfast. Maybe pack yourself a lunch, because the cafe here is expensive. See the javelinas they have here? If you ever come to Tucson and you want to know what to do, hit up the Desert Museum. That's what it looks like right here. Look at these right here. Gotcha. Horny toads. Look at this sucker. Memberships at the Desert Museum. Membership started at $35. So that's the Desert Museum. Open 7 a.m., closed at 5 p.m. That's the fall weather schedule. Now I'm going to head over to the Tucson Old Movie Cowboy Studios. Off the side of the road there, I don't have my walking stick. I just walked through a gigantic freaking spider web. It was a huge one. It's disgusting when you feel the web on you. I wanted to come over here because I wanted to see this sign. Cougar Trail, Gates Pass Trail, that way. Those mountains right there are called the Tucson Mountains. And right over there is called Gates Pass. I made a video, I made a dozen videos of Gates Pass on my motorcycle and my car and stuff like that. My son and I have gone hiking over there several times. There looks like there's a house up there on top of that mountain. If I can zoom in on it. Where is it? Where is it? Is it? I don't know what that is up there. But I was on my way to the Tucson Movie Studios, Old Western Cowboy Studios, just to show you guys, you know, if anybody's interested, come to Tucson, Arizona. What can you do in Tucson besides hiking? You can go to the Desert Museum. You know, you can come to the old Tucson movie studio. It's a working movie studio. And these roads right here, I mean, I'm pretty far from my house. I'm a good 30 minutes drive. These roads here are perfect roads for motorcycle riding. That's why I love living out here in the country. I would come out here on my motorcycle and go on these road trips all the time. There's a motorcycle right there as I speak. A lot of winding ass trails, but if you not new to I mean, if you don't know the area, you gotta be careful because the park ranger will pull you over, man. He sits there. There's a helicopter right there. He sits there and shoots radar, and it's like 25-mile-per-hour speed limit. And they don't play around, man. They'll pull you over for a half a mile over the speed limit. Old Tucson's that way. Last time I was at Old Tucson movie studios, I think I was about 15 years old. But if you like westerns, if you like cowboy stuff, that's the perfect spot to go to. It's right over there. I can see the buildings, but I'll take you over there. Here we go. It looks like there's a lot of people here, man. Old Tucson. Last time I came over here, it was closed. There was nothing here. Look at the mountains, though. There's a huge amount of people standing over there. Like I said, this is a western town, old western town that they use for the movies. It's a working movie studio. You know what? I've never been in that souvenir shop. We should go in there and check it out. But look at all the people. Maybe it's just opening or something. I don't know. They still make old westerns here and stuff. I want to go in the souvenir shop. There's a new sheriff in town. You know what I mean? Spirit stone. But I found some gold in Old Tucson. $3 off coupon. It's pretty expensive. I think she said it was $30 to get in per person. Pretty expensive. A lot of stuff they have there in the souvenir place is cool, but expensive. I mean, I could find the same stuff in Walmart, but just because you're here at the studios, it's even more. But look at that. Tucson Mountain's beautiful. That's Gates Pass right there. That gazebo right there, my son and I hiked up the mountain to that thing right there. I think it's been about a year since we've been over there. But pretty good. That's a pretty good steep hike just right there, from that gazebo up to that, or that little ramada, whatever you want to call that. A lot of good hiking trails over there, but I'm out of time. I gotta go to work. So if you were wondering what there is to do besides hiking in Tucson and going to Walmart, like I said, you can go to Desert Museum or come here to Old Tucson. It's a working movie studio. And if you like these kind of videos, remember to hit that like button. Don't forget to share the videos. Tell a friend. Hit that subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. It don't cost you anything. It's free. And like always, thanks for taking the time to watch my videos. Get out, go! New sheriff in town.